Hey guys, this is a general reading for Aries for August 2019. So for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, if you have significant Aries in your chart, if you're cross-watching, like for another sign, or if you're just drawn to this video. For more of a complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate with you, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever you're drawn to, significant placements in your chart, all that of any videos that I already have out or that will be coming out. Please understand that energy is fluid. So some, none, or all of this may apply. It could have already happened. It may be happening now. It could happen in the future. It may not happen at all. I can read this as love. It could be career. I could read this for you. It could be someone else, close to you, or if it's a situation, you just flip-flop it. Just apply it to your life as necessary and take what fits and leave the rest. Thank you so much for those of you who have inquired about donations and then donated to the channel. That really means a lot to me. So if you're interested in that, all the information is in the description box below. Like my PayPal information, my email information, all that. Please know if you do donate and like you don't put in there. I'd rather you put donation, but even if you don't, like sometimes I get them and I don't know if they're like for readings or donations. So if I just don't ever get one, I'm just like to tell me it's a reading, I'm just going to assume it's a donation, just so you know. But thank you so much for those, for like the giving and the receiving of energy, or if this reading helped you or whatever. Also for services, all that information is in the description box below. Please read all of it. Don't just get to my email address and then email me. It saves me time. Please read all of it, including the disclaimer and all that. I mean, if you still have questions, of course, email me, but try to read all of it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. Sorry. So please, I put out different types of videos. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. But all of this really means a lot to me. I'm almost done, I promise. Because whether it's through donations, whether it's through services, and whether it's through just you promoting stuff on the channel, not only to help people out and circulate the videos, but any money or most of the money that I get from this, I put towards learning things and healing myself and on my healing journey. And then I take that and I give back and I help other people on their journey, since there's just really a lot going on right now and a lot of people need a lot of help. And I give back, most of which I can do this distant wise. So that's what it's used for, is to push me on my mission and my journey of what I'm doing. So thank you very much for those of you who do that and help out with that. Also, any decks that I use, I'll put the links in the, like I'll pin it as the top comment in the comments area, so that, excuse me, if you like it and you want to order them, you can just click the link and it's easier for you to find. You know exactly which one it is. And then it's just a way that I get a little bit of a bonus from that, which costs you guys nothing extra. It's just another way to, again, support my channel by doing what you would normally do anyways. Also, one last thing. As of right now, please remember I'm still on my healing journey. So I do what I can right now, and I do the best I can, and I'm always growing and getting stronger and getting better. So eventually, I will be able to put out all videos all the time, but right now I do the best I can, and I try to get out, the most ones that I'm guided to, and I try to rotate them out. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So please don't take it personally, if I don't get yours out. Keep in mind, I also have services if you're in that much need of it. But please don't take it personally and think I like or don't like certain signs more than others. If you do take it that way, I hope you really work through it. Much love on your path, all of that. I'm really sorry, but for some reason, I don't know if this is like me picking up on your guys' energy. I'm just, for some reason, very finicky. But thank you so much, and for helping me on my journey, because all this stuff really helps me. Such as, I got my master in Reiki, so I'll be starting to teach classes and doing all of that. Holy Fire Reiki. This month I'll be doing my third direction of shamanic training, and then if everything goes according to plan in 2020, I'll be doing plant spirit medicine. So this is all due to your guys' help. This is all the ways you can do it. So thank you very much. Okay, so I'm done. Aries. So it's a little bit fidgety of an energy, as you can kind of see with what's going on. Also, when I started really looking into it, or should I say feeling into it, I really feel a lot in my heart chakra too. It kind of hurts or a little bit or is uncomfortable. So let me move this down a little. Okay. So I don't know if you guys just went through a certain level of, heartbreak, or just something that really happened and it's really hurting you guys. Because that's kind of what it feels like. I don't know if it's just mentally, but I feel it all here. Also in my solar plexus as well, because there's definitely a lot here about confidence. But the two places I feel like I feel it the most is probably in my solar plexus and in my heart. A little in my throat, but mostly my solar plexus and my heart. So let's just get started. What's at the center of your reading is the Queen of Cups. So, I definitely feel like you're focused on something. She definitely doesn't look very happy. If you look at her face, she is just not happy and very focused on that cup. It could be that you realize everything is within you too, and trying to find your value. Hold on a second. Okay. I feel like this is very uncharacteristic Aries energy. And that's what I was thinking when I first even laid down the cards. Where I was like, this just seems so uncharacteristic. So I'm just almost curious, if it's just something that's coming up with all these energies lately, or if it's just something happened that normally doesn't happen, but something has you discombobulated, I feel. Really, really doubting yourself, or your worth and your confidence, or, I don't know. I just don't normally feel Aries energy like this. And I feel like since I've tapped into your guys' energy, it's like I'm just so critical and nothing's right. And I'm moving and fixing and doing this and trying this and doing that. And I'm fumbly and that could be me. I don't think it is though. Because it started once I started tapping into your guys' energy. So, I don't know. I feel like it's you guys. However, in Vedic astrology, I am an Aries, so, who knows. Something just has you off balance. Like I said, this Queen of Cups to me just doesn't have the vibe of being in a balanced way right now. She's so hyper-focused and almost aggressive or passionate in a way that it's almost knocking her off kilter. Let me about this Queen of Cups. You have Ace of Cups. So it's a whole lot of cup action. So either you want to manifest with somebody or manifest something, but maybe you don't feel like you have the confidence to do it. But a lot of, so it's almost like a lot of the things I keep getting, and this is why it's a little confusing for me, is I almost keep getting a surface story, but there's a very strong understory, if this makes sense. Like, it's almost like your shadow or your triggers or something are like showing through. And you're really wanting to go after or do something or create something, and you don't have the confidence to do it, or you're wanting to go after and do something that, like, you shouldn't. Like, there's a either way, no matter which way we're going with this, there is a developing here of your discipline, even though it's not up here, like a temperance, because I could feel the energy of that, and self-worth, like confidence and self-worth, like self-love, like knowing that, kind of like I said in a Taurus reading one time, where like, I don't think you know it yet though, maybe some of you do, where like everything in this cup is you. So not only do you have everything you need to manifest and to make you happy, but you're also going to protect it. But the vibe I get right now is that you don't know that. You're almost going off of either patterns or cycles or past behaviors. Like something surfacing that has been ingrained in you for a while. Hopefully for you to release. Hopefully you don't choose to continue this on. But what's crossing you is you have the Strength and the Queen of Pentacles. So, small part of you could be dealing with another female. Maybe if you're in a third party situation, but, excuse me. I think for the most part, you're really trying to calm that part of yourself and discipline that part of yourself. Something in you's been triggered. Like, that's all I can say. Like, if you look at these two queens side by side, their whole demeanor, they're both holding something, they're both looking at it, but their demeanors are different. This Queen of Cups, hers is very angry, very almost intense or obsessive. And the Queen of Pentacles, hers is more loving. Like, she's even willing to put it on her lap. It's almost more caressing and nurturing and like a baby. You know, this one is more obsessive, like I said, and this one's more like nurturing. Like, she's holding it, but she's not trying to like clutch it or whatever. And I think you're trying to almost control that part of yourself. Why the obsessive? So something ended. This also is something that you probably need to release, like a part of yourself that's coming up to be released. Whether it's with all the eclipses that just were, or like the Lionsgate portal or something like that. What's the obsession? Yeah. And so here's the Three of Cups too. So again, like I said, this could literally be for some of you another female around you that's influencing this situation, but I'm going to go more off of the storyline. If that is you, then apply it as necessary, but I'm going to go more off or you could be the Aries and these are two males around you and you're trying to have strength and self-discipline. Maybe one between like, well, I don't want to go this storyline, but like wife or other person. But either way, I think something ended with one of them, or just even if there is no other third party, it ended and there's now a like looking forward in a different direction. Maybe somebody's waiting on someone to come back or wanting to go back to them, but I'm just going to go with my original storyline, and hopefully it fits and you guys can do this as needed. But there is a big thing here for one or both, whoever this is, about self-worth. And I think that, say, like, this happened to you, whatever this situation was, you know, you're like, I think you're really focused and you're really angry about it, actually. I think you feel very hurt, very slighted, and like an injustice. And whether you're trying to do this or this may be advice that you may want to do, and try to kind of calm yourself down, temper yourself, and remember your worth. Remember all this. Remember that more than likely all this happened for a reason, and it's probably the best thing for you. Because in your foundation, you have the Queen of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and you have the Hierophant. So some of you were in a committed relationship or a marriage, and you either really put up your boundaries or you cut it off. Again, a Three of Pentacles, so you do have a lot of kind of cards that could lead to like third party situation, but either boundaries were put up, or I think somebody was cut off just by all the other cards. Like, it ended, whether somebody ended it with you or you ended it with them. Oh my God, this one's the foundation. Yeah, because it was the Five of Cups. Yeah, the Five of Cups, and then the Three of Cups came up again. I think somebody was in a third party situation, and either new beginning or like somebody was being a fool. So either way, the situation, I think, ended or has ended. And in the past or recent past, you have the Six of Swords. So moving forward to calmer waters, maybe even somebody traveling and going somewhere, but I feel like you're mentally moving on. But what's in your crowning is you have the Five of Cups, the Magician, and the Six of Cups. So, you know, sad, regretful, remorseful, lost something, all of that. But then you're like wanting to manifest again, and then you have the Six of Cups. So whether it's already with this person or someone from your past, it could be just a soulmate. You're like, okay, well, now I want a soulmate. Or you realize something about somebody from the past. Somebody was cut off and then either gained some self-love or realized something. And then they're wanting to manifest that. And whatever it is, it's the Six of Cups. You have a lot of repeating cards whenever I do this. The initial ones I pulled was the Ace of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. The same Ace of Swords and this Queen of Swords that keeps coming up. So you have a lot of queens here too. And the only one really we're missing is the Queen of Wands. Just saying. And that there's also a lot about juggling here. And then you have the Two of Pentacles, which I don't always go to juggling, but you have a lot of things indicating for that. Maybe you realizing somebody was doing that to you, or somebody was doing that in your relationship. What's the Six of Cups? Maybe you're, nostalgic in an illusion, because the Magician could also be like an illusion. I don't think you're really seeing things properly, and I think it's because you haven't really healed yet. So you may even want to be manifesting either with this person still, with somebody else or with something, but I don't think you're really seeing properly. Tell me about the Magician and the Six of Cups. Yeah, here's the Temperance, finally, that's coming up. You do eventually see something. Yeah, you do. Because you have the Seven of Swords, which I'm not sure if it was supposed to be. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Okay, yeah. So, you have the Seven of Swords. You have the Lover's Reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords, Temperance, Justice, Seven of Cups, the World, and Death. So, either you're not seeing stuff properly. This is clarifying the Magician and the King and the Six of Cups. So it's more coming up as, yes, you know, this is causing such sadness. You're in so much of your emotions, exactly like how this Queen of Cups is. She's very in her emotions. You're so much in your emotions, you're not seeing properly right now. Because you need to heal. And you're not seeing things properly about a relationship that like ended or just wasn't good. And there is kind of a turn in that. I don't know if it's just from your healing, but you end up seeing with the King of Swords, and then you have the Temperance, so you end up balancing yourself back out. Same with the Justice. Again, balance and seeing. And you see this illusion, which is also confirmed in your likely future, and there's an end to this cycle. Maybe even somebody with a Scorpio, because you have the Five of Cups, you have the Six of Cups, you have the Death card. Seven. I think even the Seven of Cups. I think 5, 6, and 7. I think they're all Scorpio, and you have the Scorpio card. So you have a lot of Scorpio energy here. So maybe that might even be kind of why you were under an illusion. Scorpio energy is a very specific and strong energy, so especially if you're not aware of yourself or your shadow side, it can very easily cause kind of an illusion over you. I'm trying to make excuses, just saying. What's the Wheel of Fortune? What causes this? So it could be that, I don't know, either a Virgo could come and invest in you, but because you have the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles. So I think you take some time, maybe while you're time away right now, hopefully, and you reassess this situation. And something within that of you taking this time and going within your own energy and reassessing this situation, you end up seeing the situation more properly and making a decision. Maybe even the energies are helping you out right now in doing this, like having some type of like epiphany or realization or whatever. Clarity, basically. And it's helping you, you know, to heal. Maybe also the healing, like I said, is something that also is helping you to see more properly. But in your likely future, I think, you know, this is two things. You have the Sun and you have the Seven of Cups. So I think it's you seeing through the illusion, like it's enlightened, the illusion. Maybe even daydreaming or whatever. But also, I think it's you being like, what's my options? And here's another thing, just as a side note, to be careful for. So even if you realize, you know, maybe about this person or situation that it's not that great or whatever, you could also go into nostalgic type stuff and go into thinking about things from the past or something from the past or something that gets you reminiscing. Because I almost got with this too when I first saw this card. It's almost like a past toolbox or resource. Like almost like, I'm not saying you're like this, but to give an example, like how a narcissist would have a harem. Or, you know, your past exes or things that brought you. It's almost like you start going back over things in the past. Like, okay, well, this clearly isn't really going to work out for me anymore. I don't know if I can really, like, you know, forget what I just saw about this. But what else can I now go tap into that I know at one time brought me something good? That's not a good thing to do. I hope you don't do that. So that's why I'm saying it, like, don't do that. This is an energy to help you push forward. And, you know, yeah, it might be uncomfortable and you're going to have to, like, face those parts of yourself and the uncomfortability and the vulnerability and learning new traits and the confidence and everything. But, you know, this is also, you know, if you look at the duality of this is a very confident card, and this is not really a confident card. They're confused. They don't really know what's going on. So I think you're trying to find an option, maybe even like, I don't know, maybe it makes you think about an ex, or maybe it makes you think about a time or a place or a situation in your life where it was good for you or you liked it, and you're like, what can I go back to give me confidence? Because again, here, what's crossing you and influencing you is, you know, confidence, self-worth. Basically, it's like realizing somebody has bad eating habits or eating addiction, right? And they realize that pizza is really bad for them. And they eliminate pizza from their diet. And then they go just eat a bunch of not hamburgers are bad, but they go eat a bunch of, I don't know, ice cream cones, or say they even go vegan, but they eat a lot of processed vegan foods. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're at this point, you're just replacing one thing with another. You're not really addressing the underneath thing under it all, which is your inner work, your inner stuff, your inner confidence. You're trying to be codependent on outside situations, and you're trying to, like, recycle things that have worked for you at one time. I mean, this was more ideal, but apparently something has been blowing up in your face where you're like, I can't ever do this again, or I can't do it right now. It's not an option. Let me think of what else I can do. So this might either be you, or I might be describing somebody around you, and now you know, like, what they're doing. So if this isn't you that's doing this, you might literally be, and that might be why there's a lot of, like, women here, you might literally be one of the people that is in somebody else's harem or in somebody else's rotation, if you will. And that's why it's affecting your confidence. And it probably stems from something in your childhood that this is coming from. And it's not just them, honestly, that does that. I mean, yeah, sometimes the person who's in the rotation might be like, oh, I'll just wait for them and try. But sometimes they have other people too for in the meantime. So let's not just down on that person. Like, let's be realistic. Even that person a lot of times has other friends, you know, for in the meantime. And then the energy at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. And you have the World, Temperance, Judgment, like just seeing things and balance. Like, And hopefully if you use this energy right, it's to show you your self-worth. Just wondering if you just got tired of it or if somebody just rotated you out. What happened here? So I don't know if this is one couple or not, because I literally have, like, even when I clarify, I have like 3 queens, 3 kings. But there wasn't an even give and take. Like, somebody was definitely more into their own stuff. Moved on to whatever gave them security while other people kind of got left out. But you or somebody else might have seen it. Like, you're like starting, maybe you're starting to see now. Yeah, that you've been stuck basically in, it's just a revolving door, basically. Like, I don't know if you just saw it and removed yourself, or if literally you got rotated out. Maybe you're just getting sick of it. Yeah, either way, there's been some type of enlightenment that has come to you, because it just keeps coming up, like, about seeing and the cycle coming to an end. If not, hopefully this helps you see that. How you see yourself, you have the 3 of Cups. So maybe you're like, screw it, I want to have a better time in my life. If you're the one just having fun, like, these, you know, flip-flop, this is necessary. This could be going on around you, or this could have happened to themselves. Yeah, there's your Tower. So for some of you, this is you being in your emotions and you're angry about what has happened to you and you feel like an injustice has happened and you've been played. For others of you, you could have even still been played, and now you're just focusing on yourself and trying to evolve yourself and find your worth. And for others of you, like, you're the one possibly doing this, and you are doing what you want to do. Like, you're only worried about yourself and your wants and needs. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just what you're focusing on. And you are just indulging in your options. Like, you're loving your options. Like, you're in your ego, you're having fun, you're like, here's all my options, you know. Like, this is very, some of you this is the person having all the options, and some of you, you're on the receiving end of these options. But what is the Tower? Is that really, what is the Tower? What does that fit there? an ending to a situation. So literally some of you it's ending and this person is just going and doing now freely what they were doing anyways. And for others of you now, because there is an ending, you're just free to do what you were doing anyways or what you wanted to do. Yeah. It doesn't even matter. Like, it's so, because it's so different for so many people. It's the same though. It's literally like I just said, I'm not going to keep saying it over and over again. Like, some of you, you're the one having all the people and all the fun, and some of you, you're on the receiving end of that. And honestly, I feel like the person having all the fun and the options and all that stuff, they're almost like, yay, you know what I mean? Like the kid out for recess or whatever. The other person that's happening to them, or both are doing this, and if they're not both doing it, the other one it happened to, their lesson right now, they're learning and figuring out and being enlightened to is about getting like their discipline, their confidence, and like their temperance and stuff back, and maybe even hopefully realizing what about them allowed them to be in this situation and stay in this situation. In your environment, you have the King of Wands. So, and they're not facing you. So, some of you, like I said, you're in this King of Wands energy, just this charismatic, going after what you want, action oriented, like building, confident, you know, just that power energy, or it's helping you get to that, or that's who's around you. I think for a lot of you that are kind of on the quote, quote, victim side of this, if that's what you want to call it, this is the person doing it all. And how they see you is the Eight of Swords. They see you as mentally stuck and that you can't see. They know you're in an illusion. They know you can't see properly. They almost prefer it that way. It makes it easier for them to do their stuff, but they're like, whatever. And they're facing away from you. Your hopes, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and you have Justice. So I think you're hoping to maybe either plan to catch this person or make this person be held accountable for their actions. But most of you just want justice and balance. Like, I think you're hoping to reassess the situation and like either re-strategize or reevaluate and bring more balance to your life. Maybe even hopefully think and contemplate from a place of not from ego or hurt or anything like that, just what's right. Like, not be in your emotions anymore. I mostly get from this, and it's the thing I first got when I laid it down, is some of you are like really angry and you want revenge. Like, you want justice. Your fears is that you'll just be offering your love and just always kind of stay small, and this other person is just going to be confident and moving away and doing their thing and getting all their admirers. They're going in like different directions. Or that you'll offer love and they're going to continue to move away from you. But even if you're like, no, I'm not, you're just like, maybe you feel like you're just going to stay young. Or maybe that this person will come back and they're just emotionally immature. But either way, I think you hate that you feel like you got crapped all over and they walked away and almost got rewarded for it. Like, they just have everything they want. They're happy, hunky-dory. Like, how did you do all you could do and you feel like crap, and they didn't do anything and they feel great? Why are they rewarded for it? Why did they get the benefits? Why did they get the justice? Where's my justice? And for one, you can't really say that. You don't know what's going to come to this person long term. You have to just worry about yourself. But for two, it's an illusion. They're never going to show you that. For three, it's really easy to feel slighted if you're the one who put in all the effort, put in all the emotions, which is something you're going to have to learn about yourself, and they didn't. Like, it's really easy to not feel like you got screwed over when you didn't really invest that much and you have multiple options, which this person clearly did. Somebody here did. So this is really something to learn about yourself. Honestly, I'd learn about them too, but even more than yourself, like, don't invest more than somebody else. And if you try to invest something and they don't reciprocate, pull back again. You know, like, you should never invest more than somebody else, and you should never try to convince somebody of your worth or of your love or whatever. Like, when it's meant to be, like, it's easy. And I'm not going to say it's easy like there's no work. No, there's work. It's just the work that pays off and grows instead of the work that just leaves you drained and lifeless. But if you ever have to try to convince somebody of your worth, or to be with you, or that you're worthy to be there with them, or, you know, to get them to change, or their potential, or I'm good enough, or just be with me, or this or that, or no, like, they should be treating you like that, whoever this is, whatever sex you are even. This is something that stems, honestly, from a deep wound of chasing something that either you don't feel good enough to have something of what you really want, or it's that thing of, like, as soon as it's in your grasp, it goes away. Like, you have a lack mentality. You don't feel like you are deserving of good things. And you also have cognitive dissonance going on, because what you say you want and what you're going after are two different things. And it's because, you know, ideally you know what you want, but you're going off something in an energy signature you saw in your past. But you know, really also looking at, like, maybe this person's inconsistencies or ways of being, like, not being attracted to that type of thing. Like, you're really going to have to do a lot of work on your mind and on what you want and what you're attracted to, and kind of heal and fill in those holes. Like, exactly like this. You know, this is just two cards that wanted to come out on their own of really needing to heal. Because this is why this was able to be. The real illusion here isn't even just what you didn't see in this other person. It's what you don't see in yourself. And once you see that in yourself, this will not be allowed to be anymore. Which, on one hand, that probably scares you. It's a whole new way of being, and a whole new way you're going to have to get used to things. Including being in your own energy. Because if you take somebody like this, who's like a Queen of Pentacles, somebody who knows their worth, they may have more lonely days. Because they're more picky who they give their energy to. And they're okay with that. Somebody who a lot of times doesn't, and they aren't as picky, they're just don't really want to be alone, to be honest with you, even if they don't know that's why they're doing it, they have lower standards. Because they don't want to be alone, or they want to use other people to find their worth, or to entertain them, or to release energy, whatever it is. It's multiple reasons. It's usually all of the above. But knowing and having that, honestly, that discipline and that strength to be like, you know what, like, I'm okay with being alone tonight. I'm okay with doing this. I'm okay with not having as much sex. I'm okay with not having as much validation. I'm okay with doing it myself. Finding hobbies, finding different things, other friends or not even certain friends, just being by yourself, pampering yourself, taking care of yourself, hobbies, right? Just learning about yourself and going against that urge that makes you want to go and reach out to somebody else or something else or do whatever and just be like, no, it's okay. This is who we are really underneath, and we're going to go find her because this was not suiting us anymore. And hopefully you're realizing this pattern and healing this wound. And please don't think that this person also is like full and whatever. Like, somebody wouldn't need to be that, like, you know, hey, look at me, blah, 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 if they also didn't have their own things. They wouldn't have to have this many women. I mean, not that that's wrong. You should be able to do whatever you want. But if you're having to lie and manipulate, which this person probably clearly is, unless you just really didn't see it and they were honest with you and now you're just mad it didn't work out in your favor. Like maybe you sold yourself out and didn't end up getting what you wanted anyways. But it doesn't matter. Usually somebody who has this much going on, they usually have the same issues. They show it in different ways. This is why I say literally, I feel like narcissism and codependency is almost the same thing. It's just they cope in different ways. And I think emotionally narcissists do shut themselves down a little bit more and forget who they are, but not really. I just think they cope in different ways. They receive different ways of supply, basically. And their way is to have multiple people and to get their ego stroked and to be able to do what they want and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, that doesn't matter. That's a whole nother video or whatever. But I think what you hope for is to get your justice and your right. And what you fear is that you never get it and they do. And that they get away with what they did. In your likely future, you have the Ace of Pentacles. And then as another card, which I don't know, I kind of wanted to sit out. So I was like, all right, it's the Four of Swords. So I think you do have a level of mental healing and you start to really see things and you do kind of sit back and you go on a new beginning. Hopefully working on your worth. Hopefully working on this thing that the Queen of Pentacles is holding. A pentacle, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully this is in your likely future where this is your likely future, you know, and it's you working on this. This is your likely outcome. This is one of your cards of your likely future. No, it's your influencing energy. So I'm hoping it's you starting to work on this. Sorry that took so long. Let's see. What's this Ace of Pentacles about? Three of Wands. Knight of Cups. Four of Wands wanted to come out. Sort of. I think that because your likely future is the Sun and the Seven of Cups, which, like I said, I think you try to go back to your other options to kind of like, just like they're doing their ego with all these other people, and you're like, well, I'm rotated out, or this is no longer going in. It's like you start thinking about your past one made you feel good, and you start hitting that up. So you're kind of like waiting for this to come in, or looking out, like, what can I hit up now? And then here's like these little love offers, like, oh, this is cool. It's a little spark of excitement, but you realize quickly this isn't really working. And then here you are, like, bad. Like, it doesn't work for you. I'm just letting you know. Like, hopefully you don't have to go that route, especially because I'm sitting here saying it to you right now. But I think you end up figuring it out anyways, and you end up working on your worth. Whether it's you working on your money and manifesting, or just you realizing, you know what, screw this, I'm worth more than this. And you start working on yourself and you start healing. Yeah, exactly. See on the bottom of the deck. You have the Star, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Empress. And start focusing on, like, you know, ask yourself, like, check your mind. Does this help me or benefit me? And I don't mean like short-term sticking a needle in your arm. I mean literally like benefit you. Like, eating well, exercising, meditating, yoga, acupuncture, massages, reading, salt baths, spiritual baths, learning things, whatever. Does it benefit you? Does it make you money? Does it connect you within or above? What was the other one? I think there was another one I usually have. Does it benefit me? Does it make me money? Oh, and is this align? If you have like a path or a mission, does it align with my path or mission, or like helping other people, like giving service back? There may be a couple others, but those are the main ones that you really should be thinking about, and really anything that should be in your life will fall into that too. So really watch your thinking and what you're putting your energy into, because where you put your energy and where you put your thoughts and your focus is what you're manifesting. So if you're thinking of negative things, you're going to manifest negative things. If you're thinking in lack, you're going to manifest lack. If you're thinking you're not good enough, well, then you're not going to be good enough. And you're going to manifest things that prove to you you're not good enough, if that's the reality and the story you want to keep. So really watch what you're putting your mind on and what you're doing. On the bottom of your deck here, you have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And you have guilt, doubt, acceptance. But there's definitely a lot of confidence and self-esteem things here. But, you know, just end the cycle, see things, stop judging, go on the lighter side of things, and involve yourself in friendships and humor and things that help you with courage and health and patience, like things that nurture you, not things that make you feel less than. Like your focus as up to this point has been on things that make you feel less than. Which is crazy, you know, because Aries doesn't normally have that type of energy unless you're on the receiving end of an Aries energy. But they totally could too, though, because even that little impulsive go-ness, it can have the seed of insecurity underneath it. But there needs to be an end to this, an end of things that keep you in lower vibration, and a beginning of things that raise your vibration. You know, friendship, humor, things that give you courage, things that help your health. It seems like all your paths have been, you know, here's denial. I don't know if that's straight. You have denial. You have beauty. And then you have letting go. And this is where I got the indication earlier, too, that I feel like you have a core belief that you don't feel good enough for something, and if you are able to obtain it, it must not be good enough. So if it doesn't deny you, you'll probably sabotage it yourself. And you may not even see that, because apparently you've been with somebody, they handled that themselves on sabotaging it. But trust me, if you have this underneath energy, if you find somebody who is of what you want, then you will have to address this energy, because if not, you will sabotage it. Trust me. But you letting go of what you thought you wanted at one time, and you realizing also that anything that is of beauty and that you want will be denied to you, and it will go. I think there's a lot of underlying energies here, so I'm just saying. What you don't really see, though, is that this is a blessing in disguise. Just so you know. and, you know, go after the things you love. Like I already said that, but make sure you're going after the things that you love and that love you and that feed your confidence and your power. But you're really going to have to temper yourselves. You guys have, Aries have a lot of impulsivity and all of that. So you have, you know, your assertiveness like this level of, you know, just bam in this card. You know, you're really going to want to temper that a little bit. So your animal spirit's coming up, or cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So you may want to call on cougar energy if you need it. You have swan, grace. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and spirit of beauty. So you can also call on swan energy to help you, but I feel like the two of these together is really about just calming that impulsivity and that power and just flowing. You know, like this is literally a balance. Like these are such slow and graceful animals. I mean, not that these are fast, but it's just like boom, power, and just like doo. This is literally like a temperance card vibe, the two of these together. So it's teaching you to balance that assertive go-getter and that just sitting back and thinking. And that might be also too why in your likely outcome you had these two cards together, because, you know, you have your creating, manifesting, and you're sitting back and thinking. And I'm not sure if you did that enough in the past. I think you probably got bored, or you were like stuck on your cycles and you would just go or whatever. And that might be why what's, you know, trying to help you or whatever is this is the strength. It's the discipline. It's the pulling back. You know, here you have assertive and grace. They're literally two opposite, like yin yang and temperance and tempering yourself. Like just breathe. You might literally want to try yoga. Like it might actually help you and help you release enough the energy that you're wanting to go and release, but also maintain. And it'll help you with meditation if you have a hard time doing that too, but you have to really maintain to be able to do that. But there's different types too. There's some that are faster than others. So if you want to start with that, but so you may want to call on these two, maybe to help temper you. That's very much a tempering energy. And you have rabbit spirit also, which now is a lucky time. Like this is very much about, like this is a blessing in disguise, something to come, it's coming in to help you. I think it's going to be hard not to allow this to help you, but it's up to you. So this could either be a situation that comes in that causes further heartbreak, if you want to see it this way. Watch your mind. Everything's about perspective. Or this could be a situation that comes in and allows you to heal. It's up to you which one of these you want to do in this situation. The power's in your court. Like exactly like under here, you have grizzly bear, patience, or power, I mean. But the power is in your court. And you have chameleon spirit, act as if, you know, remember there is abundance. You do have courage. Remember who you are. Shapeshift if you need to. You know, you have that temperance. To me, temperance is a lot about shape-shifting too. Because it's very much, if I need to give here, I give here. If I need to give here, I give here. But it's a little here to make this and a little less to make this. You've got a lot of temperance vibes. Maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarius. Or you are a Sagittarius, I don't know. But and then there's hummingbird spirit too, that is be here now. And I may read this. What was this? The hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seamless stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and swiftness of life is the eternal now, the timeless present. Here and now you are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you. For what you desire is being provided. Yes, there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird Spirit's message is that you have no need to go in about search of something better. for all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you. Another thing about hummingbird spirit, especially in like the shamanic idea, is it's to make the impossible possible. So anything you feel, like say if you don't have enough confidence, and I don't mean things that aren't good for you, okay? So don't try to go that way. But like say if you're like, I don't know what direction to go, or I don't have the confidence for this, or I don't know how I'm going to heal and get through this heartbreak, whatever it is, you can call on hummingbird spirit and call on them to ask and help you make what you view as the impossible possible. You know, you can literally be like, you know, hummingbird, come in and help me make the impossible possible. Chameleon, come and help me shapeshift and act as if while it's happening. Help me get in the vibration to call this abundance my way, because I know it's here. The universe is helping me out in this time. This is literally a blessing in disguise of this happening. And it's to help you see things and enlighten you and heal and see yourself in ways that you didn't before, to help you be happy and joyful again. Because I feel like you have the juggler, but you know, it's just a lot going on. So you have a lot going on. You're trying to balance healing while being hurt and not knowing what to do, but also obviously someone around you is the jugular. Maybe they went for your jugular, I don't know, but not literally, but you get what I'm saying. Many projects in the air, aspirations, inspirations everywhere, action to take, commitments to make, and yet another will soon join the fray. Say yes, do not delay, it will all work out in the perfect way. But I hope you actually start like truly manifesting. Like, leave this alone and stop trying to manifest this, which is not serving you. You don't need to manifest this anymore. It's, at the very least, it's not now. You don't need to worry about it anymore. Release that, release the mental energy. No need to worry about it. We know this for sure now. So what can we put this mental energy on now? And something that will also make you feel good about yourself. Manifest your stuff in what you're wanting to create, especially if it's something having to do with either finances or something longevity-wise. Let you be the why do I keep wanting to say jugular? Let you want to be the juggler in your life and not be on the recipient end of somebody else juggling you. You be the juggler, or you be on the end of receiving end of someone else who's a juggler. Hope you get what I'm saying. But either way, take this creative energy and put it into something that benefits you. You have White Duchess. I don't know, did I show you juggler? The juggler. And then you have White Duchess. I really love the art on this deck. Don't look to what has been to find your destiny. Exactly, that's what I was just saying. Your future is bright and blessed. If the pain of the past feels a little too close for comfort, White Duchess steps in to help you leave behind the emotional storms of your past and move into her protection. A time of transition is upon you, and soon you will feel your feet shall settle upon sacred ground and shall prevail inside and out. And it's going to help you remember you and your truth again. You have Brilliant, right? Yeah, Brilliant Virgin. Your authentic self. In a world where we are bombarded daily with differing opinions and ideas, remain true to you and your own point of view is nothing short of brilliant. Let go of confusion, distortion, comparison, and compromise. You do not need to compare yourself to another or measure up to anyone or anything else. What matters to you in your successful life journey is to be in touch with your own truths. You know what you feel no matter what anyone else says or believes. Stay true to you. I mean, that's the thing, is like, so this guy, you know, this is in his lowest form of this guy. Guy, girl, whatever. You don't want to judge your worth based on somebody who really doesn't see you. Like, their goals are not aligned with yours. They don't even know their own worth to be able to assess yours. And not only that, but this type of person in their lowest form is not looking at people for who they really are. They're looking at what they can get from them. And if they're juggling this many people, they're not looking on a deep level. They're looking on a shallow level. And anybody who's looking on a shallow level like that, which probably will be just sex or power or control or whatever, you're not going to be able to maintain that long and stay entertained with it, which means you're going to have multiple ones to keep the game going, which means it's on them. It's not on you. The only thing that's on you is staying in this and not seeing it and not knowing your own worth and your own wounds to heal. And that's okay. Just see it and change it. But don't ever, I don't care whether they're, let alone this person and they're this person basically, like, don't let anybody else ever determine your value for you. Like, know your value no matter if anyone else sees it or not. Like, it's not up to you to convince other people of your value. And if they don't see it, well, that's your clearest indicator that your direction is somewhere else. Because somebody who's supposed to be on your path, at least long term in a good way, they will see your worth without you even having to show them or tell them or convince them or wait or whatever. I get their spiritual things, so be grateful for this person and their place in your life and their contract and what they showed you. And it's up to you though. Like, part of showing your gratitude to them is you doing the work of increasing your value. But in no way does this person have any reason to be placed on a pedestal by you in order to say, you determine my worth. And I get it's probably not them. It probably started before them and they're just like, the acid on the wound type thing that made you realize it. Like, it actually came before them. I hope you get what I'm saying. If you need help with this, please let me know. I can help you with it and do some work. But I hope you heal. And I think you do. I hope you do. If not, I hope this video helps you to do that. But you have the Lovers at the feast, conscious, aware, eating. So it's kind of like what I was saying, like be aware of what you're around and what you're taking in. You have Queen Mob, your ancient wisdom is awakening. Like, you're remembering. I think a lot of you, if you're not having a straight up, like, obvious awakening, like, you're getting downloads, you're realizing, you're seeing things. And you're starting to realize, like, what's around you, what's affecting your energy, what's good for you, what's not good for you. The Lovers and the feast, a time of happiness and well-being after a lean time. Eating well, understanding that food is energy, and this energy becomes our body, extending out into our energetic field and influencing what we attract in our life. That's weird. I was actually making, like, food analogies, too. In many ways, this card indicates that we must not only eat with joy and relish, we must understand the healing power that food brings to the body. Food is medicine. Food can heal. Food can harm. Make your choice, one that is life-affirming. And this isn't only just about food, too. It is, so pay attention to what you're eating. But this applies to anything energetically. So something like this is going to affect your health in a negative way. And that's why I said you're going to want to go after things that you love, things that love you, things that make you feel confident and powerful. Because that affects everything in your energy and it affects your health and everything. You're going to start to pay more attention to that, hopefully. Queen Mob, I don't know. Getting back to the basics of enchantment and magic, reconnecting with the old ways and seeing them as eternal, understanding the karmic history of your area and applying the principles and lessons in the present moment. Telepathically receiving messages, like I said, even like downloads, and trusting in them, knowing that your thoughts have energy and you can have an immense impact on what happens. Think of the threefold law. Indulge in some old-fashioned magic, believe in your own abilities, and trust in the ancient ways of wisdom that run in your blood as well as in the planet's heartbeat. And that's why I was saying too, like, watch what you're focusing on, because that's what you're manifesting. So you're really going to want to go in and do this work. You're really going to want to look at what food you're taking in, what energies you're around. You're really going to want to look, what am I thinking? What am I around? What am I allowing within me? Go in and do this work. Why did I allow this? You saw it. Why did you allow this? What does that say about you? And it's not that you're not good enough. What's going on inside you that allowed you to do that? Because here's the thing. If you were really in alignment with it and you were like, no, I'm fine with it, it doesn't matter, you wouldn't be hurt by it. And I wouldn't be feeling this much in my heart chakra right now. And I wouldn't be feeling it in the confidence in my solar plexus. See, the reason why this guy, why he doesn't feel this is because he keeps himself shut down. He keeps himself not vulnerable to protect himself from what he knows you're going through. And that's not totally his fault. You open yourself up to it. You put yourself there. It's a learning lesson. But also because he has other options. He's not fully invested. So if he loses one, it's like, there's like plenty of others. That's why I say, like, most of the heartbreak comes from over investing in yourself and not having that met by the other person. And in the fact of when you stay too long and you know you got signs long ago that you should have gotten out. So all of that prolonged heartache and heartbreak and all of that was you staying. And now you just created so much more karma and so much more wounds you have to work through. So this is a big cycle that, you're really going to want to see here. I feel like it's at the end of one. I feel like you see it. You also have these two. You have primal, connecting deep within, sacred dance, instinct, transgression, flaws, contradictions, mistake, and nobility, honor, high standards, idealistic. And at the bottom of the deck, you have death rites, saying goodbye, formal occasion, honoring lives, courtesy, thoughtful, polite, good manners, call for help, reach out, need for backup, admit your needs. So pretty much that at the bottom of the deck, there's an ending here, obviously. And I think you're trying to put on a front that everything's okay. And it's saying, like, if you need help, reach out for help. Whether it's to a reader like this, a family member, somebody you could trust, somebody who's also unbiased. You know what I mean? That's like probably the best advice, that's unbiased and that you could trust, that's going to give you advice or whatever, that doesn't know anyone and it's just straight up information that's not influenced in a certain way. Let's see if I missed anything with this. Yeah, like just have fun, dance, eat good, be happy again. Yeah, and it talks about like the flaws and stuff, like going against yourself. So this kind of just confirms the other cards. Like you're going to be seeing the things within yourself and where you went against yourself, the cognitive dissonance. Like you saw this. Like even like, look, like there's like a skull of a unicorn with like the third eye, like intuition. Like she knew. She knew. And you went against your own stuff, and that's okay. But now you're going to come into it. You're going to learn from it. You're going to learn from these lessons. Actually incorporate. It doesn't matter if you know something if you don't incorporate the stuff you learn. If you don't integrate it. Like knowing is half the battle. You have to actually integrate it and use it. So hopefully you integrate it and use it now and you're like, yeah, I knew, blah, blah, blah. Why did I do that? And you're coming now into your own nobility, your own growing, your own knowledge and all that other stuff. Don't ignore yourself anymore. All the things I already said. All right, so let's pull a shaman card as one last card. And you have the serpent energy. So you may literally have some type of awakening, maybe even a kundalini awakening, but at least some type of enlightenment or awakening. But either way, something that I don't think you can really ignore anymore. I feel like this pattern has been going on for quite a while with Aries. And, be done with it. Go into the flow of the universe. Like, even if you're like, but this is supposed to stay around, or maybe for some of you, but it's spiritual, or but it's a twin flame, but it doesn't matter. If it's meant to be too, it'll come back. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not a part of your life. I don't really care, to be honest. If this was the thing and this was my twin flame or whatever, like, I would be like, I reject the contract. Like, no. I can't see anything that is full of love. And I get maybe they haven't learned yet. Maybe they haven't. But how do you think they're going to? It's not by you staying around. It's not by you not doing your self-love. So who cares? I don't want to hear it. All right. So let's pull a card. What's the best card you have for Aries? August 2019. The curse. What is that? Why is this rainbow? Ugh, there's too many cards. Why does this always happen? So you might literally, like I said, some of you might be going through an awakening and be having some type of rite of passage right now. You have the mystical shaman. You're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. Exactly. Let this go. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales you have defined up until now? You do not have to live a story that has its roots in the past. What if there were no need to explain you to anyone, not even yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Which is why I think I also saw like the snake energy, the kundalini energy. So you might literally be going through that or some type of awakening or, you know, a rite of passage, which is why after it, you have the standstill card. You're going to have to like sit in that energy and really focus on it, meditate on it, grow and everything. When things seem to stall or stagnate or when you feel stuck, the symbol appears as a reminder that constant action isn't going to get you where you want to go. And that's why you have the strength with the Queen of Pentacles, and up here you have like you're trying to like look like, where do I go? What do I do? What do I like? What can I go to? What can I go to? And it's like, no, relax. The symbol appears as a reminder that constant action isn't going to get you where you want to go. Perhaps it's time to gather more information or just wait until the universe makes the next move. No matter what, this moment is a beautiful gift orchestrated in your favor. Enjoy it. Let the universe bring all parts together for your highest good. Go and play, recharge, and take the focus off what is stalled. Life will get busy again for you sooner than you think. And that's what I was saying, like with friends and playing and laughing, like regardless whatever this situation is, whether you think it's supposed to be here, whether you think it's karmic, soulmate, twin flame, it's supposed to be here, it's not supposed to be here, whatever. It's not now. Your vibration is really low and you have healing to do and a raising of your vibration. All these cards coming in right now are trying to guide you to ways to raise your vibration. They could even be guiding this person away from you so that you could heal and raise your vibration. I don't know about after that, and I'm not going to go there. If you want to, I'm not even going to tell you for sure. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, hit me up for a reading if you want to look more into this, but I will never tell you for sure you're supposed to be with somebody or not, whatever. That's your journey and that's your intuition to listen to. But I can give you more information on it and help you and with advice and stuff like that. But I don't even care about that. This right now is focused on you. So it's trying to help you and get to your more genuine you and heal and raise your vibration by your foods, who you're around, what you allow around you, the fun, everything like that. You can rewind the video for the sake of time. I'm not going to go back into it all. The spiral. To renew yourself, you must shed your old skin. You have already done this, so do not keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the soft new skin that is starting to grow. Break the habit of working on your faults all the time and let nature take its course. Know that a new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides you to the journey of renewal. I don't know if I showed you. Here's the spiral. So these are your patterns, by the way. hopefully, that you're shedding right now. You have the rainbow. It tells you the end of the storm is near. Perseverance, and remember that it is darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn, which you did have at some point come out. The Wheel of Fortune. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even while the night is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. What's this curse? Is this why? What's this curse about? It's like someone's watching you, or... Oh, look, it's even like a mouth, like a hand is covering the mouth. This is a freaky looking card. Is this why you can't let your guard down yet? This is really weird, actually, because there was one time when I was like doing, you know, metaphysical type stuff, energy clearing type stuff, and someone was doing something with me, looking within with energies within me, seeing if there was something within me. And my husband can see energy. And when they were asking me questions to answer, he saw, it's really freaky actually, he saw a shadow hand come up and reach over my mouth and cover my mouth. So I don't, and that could be my own energies too. I'm not even saying I had some that was, but there could be a part of you that is stopping you or wanting to hinder your growth. Part of your shadow. This is like, it's a very deep, it's a freaky feeling looking at this card. It's so I'm going to read all of them on this card. It's not a lot. The curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events of our lives. It is the source of negative patterns, and that's what I was saying up here with the patterns. And it could show up as a disease, a destructive force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. That's what I was thinking earlier, was you having a hard time letting go of your story. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in our life can heal it. It is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? Were you a slave or a master in a past life? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. Be aware of your actions. Act with impeccable intention so as not to create a debt or karma that sooner or later someone has to pay. What you do to others, you also do to yourself and to the people you love the most. Now you have the opportunity to clear it up. Let's see if I can pull, if it can tell me any more about this curse. Tell me about the curse. Is this like maybe family line or heritage stuff? Oh, that's crazy. So you have hummingbird twice. Magic. Middle world. So you have hummingbird twice here. There is a trickster energy, which is also this magician up here. There's something keeping you guys in this cycle. Because you have, I don't know if I'm going to read it, but you have circle and coyote is very much a trickster energy. And there's cycles here. There's a cycle you're trying to break through. And you have curse, and then clarifying that you have hummingbird and the child. What's up with the hummingbird? It's like breaking through the cycle. Something, and I do get a lot of like past life here with the child. It's also a childhood wound, but this goes beyond just this lifetime or this influence. Maybe even to break through like this curse or this energy that has been playing out in so many lifetimes and probably within your family of things that never seemed available to anybody else in your family. And it's trying to get you to break and release this energy so that it is available to you, that you see it is possible. For some reason, it's like you guys never saw it was possible. The buzzing you feel is the sound of your hummingbird wings preparing you to say yes to a new adventure. There is not the time to linger on what has gone wrong, but to trust the rightness of the moment and take bold action. Trust that success is assured, even if you must face tests and challenges to reach your destination. Know that all will be well, because the all is in the small. Oh, I'm sorry. There's something with the circle too, is the importance of decay and letting go, the importance of dying in old form and being reborn, knowing that you're connected to everything. So the child is here to release you from the habits of being yourself and to help you acquire a beginner's mind. Literally, there's a death and rebirth here, which I think you had here, like death rights on the bottom. To help you acquire a beginner's mind so that you can see life as if for the first time. Literally to let go of all of that karma, all the beliefs, all the illusions, all the limiting things that tell you why you can't do something. Remain open to learning and discovery. Who is your spouse or partner today? Can you see them with fresh eyes? Who is looking back at you in the mirror this morning? Become a mystery unto yourself and reconnect with a sense of childlike wonder. The child comes to show you how you can connect the course of your life without being punished. Set yourself free from conditioning for suffering. You were born unfettered and happy and can be so again if you choose that choice right now. The child will help you climb out of the hole you may have dug yourself into to recover the sense of play. They want you to know the way of joy and happiness. They offer this return of a second innocence, a time of born of wisdom and not of naivete. The card allows you to correct your course and offer a second chance. It brings you the possibility of redemption and entering heaven while on earth. This is totally like awakening energy. Literally like rebirth. The coyote is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are true tests of faith. Yeah, so don't let all this detour you or stop you. It's a blessing in disguise. It's to help you get you back on track. You have to set your intentions and turn them over to the Great Spirit, yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course. Offer the path, being led off course, off the path leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this, Coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when Coyote calls your name. This is very spiritual. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like a lot of you guys already had awakening, so I don't know if there's even more coming. But this is to help you achieve balance. You know, you have this temperance energy between these animal cards. It's really to help you shed a skin. And I think that's why I saw, like I said, the snake energy. It was the Kundalini energy. It's just shed his skin. There's a lot of stuff holding you back, silencing you, hindering you. And it's not just what's in your environment, that's just playing out on this energy within you. And that's funny, actually, that I kept saying about the temperance. You got a lot of temperance energy, and temperance is, I believe, 14 in the tarot, and this is 14. It's letting go of this old energy within you that is silencing you and hindering you. So, I don't know. Just know this is a blessing in disguise, and just be cognizant of the energies around you. You either are going through an awakening, will go through an awakening. If you already went through one, maybe you're going through another one, or you just, even if it's just a perception change. You know, because you have a lot with the hummingbird, like making the impossible possible. What you thought you could never have or wasn't available to you, or was denied from you for so long through illusion, apparently isn't going to be anymore. Like, you're going to see something, and you're going to realize something, and you're going to break through that energy. And that may be why you also need these two energies, and you need that whole temperance energy, because you're going to need the assertiveness of it, but you're also going to need the grace to kind of flow through it and relax through it. Like, you're going to need to know when to take action, when you need to take action, and you're going to know when to sit back, relax, and trust when you need to sit back, relax, and trust. And this is, I don't think this has to do with this person right now. Like, this is about you. Just don't even worry about this other thing right now. Like, you're going to have so many other things to worry about. Like, you probably may not even be worried about or thinking about this person. At least not at this time. This is so much beyond. I mean, at the very least, this person was contracted to help with this with you. And apparently they did a good job. So I don't know if you can really resist it, but if this is rough or tough for you, know that it's a blessing in disguise. And this is helping you come to your genuine you and help you have things to where it's not like this, where whatever you see as beauty is taken away from you. It's either denied you or you have to let it go or it goes. That whole energy honestly really was never there. It was an illusion anyways. It was you that kept it there. But you're going to see that. I think I'm going to end it here because this is a really, well, let me pull one more. It's a really exciting energy. I feel like it's just going to repeat what I just said though. So if you need help with this or navigating it, let me know. But this whole situation is a blessing in disguise. Let it go, and please do not enter back into your old things. Your old ways or other options or whatever. Like, you're going to be letting that go or being guided to let that go. Card and just see. Hopefully it's not too long. Aries usually doesn't like long readings, but whatever. Is there anything else here to say? Such a fumbly reading. I'm not going to read all these. I'm just going to look at the overall ideas. So strafe or strife, blackhorn. protection, boundaries, fate, strife, negotiation, outside influence, disruption, learning from challenges, drawing on spiritual strength, new direction. So it pretty much just covers everything I just said. More of the sea. Journey or pilgrimage, maternal ancestors and original homelands, ocean, water, mother and female lineages, the mystery, emotional healing. That's what I was saying, like lineage healing. So apparently some of you is really going to be feminine line, family healing, lineage healing, ancestral healing. So you might be a divine feminine watching this. It doesn't have to be though, but. So then you have IOU. It's pretty much just confirming everything we just said. Death and rebirth, legacies, ancestors, transition, transformation, transmutation, reincarnations, endings and beginning, regeneration. Yup. And then something that was at the bottom of the deck. It was like a honeysuckle one. Seeking hidden secrets, the lantern that lights the path, the need to protect something important, soul discovery, bringing light to the darkness. Yeah, like some of you, I mean, you're going through an awakening. Some of you might literally go through like maybe even a dark night of the soul. So I don't know. I love you guys. I hope this really helps you. Just keep going with this. Know that this was a blessing in disguise and all of that. If you need help with this, let me know. Again, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. I don't know why I always do this. Hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. Donation information for give take or if this helped, description box below. Service information, description box below. So I love you guys. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.